1L classmates got to have the pleasure of having Professor Matthews for year-long subjects like contracts and real property and now I guess civil procedure. He's also sentenced to teaching professional responsibility, which is a droll course, but really guys, he takes that droll course and he makes it unbearable. He's the one that will make you stand up during lecture, and he's really only doing that because otherwise he won't be able to see you over the podium. Professor Matthews enunciates. Enunciates probably more than you can enunciate. I didn't know kindergarten had a T in it. Now I will always be hearing kindergarten. And I don't remember what case we were talking about, but it was an attorney that had to write a letter about something, and we all decided that the best course of action was for this guy to write a better letter. These words just will stick in my head for life. Professor Matthews also, reaches out to this student population in ways that nobody else does. I mean, a lot of people are coming here from out of state, and he invites anyone who doesn't have a place to go on Thanksgiving to come to the house and spend Thanksgiving with them. What he doesn't tell you is you are then subjected to teaching his kids how to drive because he can't reach the pedals. I really didn't get to know Professor Matthews until he came to assist our Trial Advocacy Honors Board team in getting ready for a competition in Las Vegas. We had a lot of practices, and he was always there. It was a team that was kind of thrown together at the last minute, a competition. We weren't sure we were going to do it first, and then really wanted to get into it. And he was there. He spent all the time with us, weekend practices, nighttime practices, regardless of any other commitments he had. And his main critique of me, every practice, was always, get your hands out of your pockets. Get your hands out of your pockets. It's not professional. Well, I had my hands in my pockets, just as a personal style thing, but also it was the only way I could keep flicking him off without He suggested, as part of my training, I should come and witness him, doing his thing. He had a trial coming up, and he wanted me to come see him. So I did. Went to the courthouse, saw him, delivered a wonderful argument at the end of evidence, and I was over the wall impressed. But really what impacted me were the judge's comments afterwards. Where the judge just looked at him and said, "Juror number 3, we know you're a professor, but you need to sit down." So Professor Matthews, I know this is a hard time for you, with the upswing of a show like John and Kate +8 and the Octomom controversy going on. I can't help but think that these people just aren't in it for the right reasons. They're in it for the money.
Maybe I should wrap it up.
They're in it for the money. They're in it for the fame. They're kind of like the Barry Bonds in the whole steroid controversy. Professor Matthews, when it comes to having kids, is in it for the love of the game. And that's what we're all about with baseball as well. But really, I just want to sincerely thank both of these fine gentlemen for participating in this. We actually have our 2 reigning Professor of the Years, and they've come here tonight, and they've taken everything in stride. And for Professor Matthews, that's a very short stride.
That was from a YouTube video. I saw that going differently in my mind. I thought it was going to be funny, but I guess not. No.
First of all, I want to respond to some of the comments, and then I have a story to tell you. But first, to Cyrus and Stefan, what an amazing job. I think they are such a wonderful couple. I still haven't figured out which one's the boy, which one's the girl. with Stefan's looks and his brains, they're going to go far, right? And to Artine, I mean, first of all, if your last name ends in I-A-N, you're Armenian. You're not Persian. Quit lying to us here. And also, he gets up here with that deep, manly voice, right? You get him liquored up, and he's like a girl in heat, I'll tell you. Professor Heilman, I love you. You're great. And I never have any morning after regrets. I get the hell out of there the same night. I'm not stupid, right? Now, you all look amazing tonight. I didn't recognize most of you dressed up. And I mean, the guys in the suits and the girls with the breasts. I mean, I have not seen so many things bouncing around here. And I really thought before tonight that all of you were virgins. And I know, Iranian society, that's very important for the women to be virgins. And I see some of you are nervous out there. There are some surgeons in Beverly Hills. I know them. They're actually on Sunset Boulevard. They can stitch you right back up. Your husband will not know that you've been screwing around, and you can get the dowry. Denoto claims that he was in my class for 4 semesters. I don't know the guy. He never came to class, that's for sure. He was too busy doing that SBA thing, whatever that is. I thought it was some drug. Now, Mark Matthews is an amazing professor. I mean, you're so lucky you have him for civil procedure instead of... You know what I'm saying, right? But Professor Matthews will not tell you the real skinny on civil procedure. It is all about sex. It is personal jurisdiction. It's all about domination. Can we exercise control? The res judicata stuff, bondage. Can we find you in another proceeding, right? And then you have all that three-way stuff, the impleader, the interpleader. I mean, come on, that is racy stuff. He shouldn't be teaching it, really. And this photograph, you know that's not me. I would never in my life wear a cat print. Now, since this is the Iranian Law Students Association, did I get it right? Okay. I am going to tell you the story, the little-known story. I was actually born Persian. I was born in Iran. That's why you see my skin sometimes getting a little darker. I never felt right as an Iranian. My exterior didn't match what was happening inside. But when the Shah was in power, everything was, there was lots of repression. I had to leave. Like many of your families, I escaped. First, we moved to Germany, where I made some, I called them art movies, but